Greetings from Cuyahoga Falls. My name is Jehovah. Welcome back to War of Rights. And the audio is working. We should be ready to cook. Well, the stream is just beginning, but they're gonna get the battles ready. While we're here, let's talk about what we're looking at on the field. This is the Eastwood Skirmish. What you're looking at right in front of you, those are the East Woods. This is where the Union is going to attack from, at least on part of the battlefield. You can see in the distance, that's the Muma farm. It's on fire. Lit on fire by Ripley's men, North Carolinians, I believe. A lot of early draftees in that army, called them conscripts, of course. The Confederates were the first to draft. It would be almost a whole nother year before you had the draft riots in New York. What you're looking at there, oh, thanks, Morphos. What you're looking at right there, that is the Samuel Poffenberger farm. All right, this is where Claire Barton's going to be for a lot of the day. And back there, that's the Joseph Poffenberger farm. That's going to be the location of the 1st Corps when they attack early in the morning on September 17th, 1862. Down in the distance, way back there, I don't know if you can really see it or not, that's the Line farm back over there. And that's where the 12th Corps is going to be the night before the battle. They're going to march in. They're going to get here early in the morning through the East Woods as well. And of course, as we go through the East Woods, whoop, am I too high? You can see, come on down, baby. Okay, right over there, that is the famous Miller Cornfield. Just beyond that, the Hagerstown Turnpike, and beyond that, the West Woods. And then over here in that area, you can barely see it, that is the Miller Farm, right over there. 6 Wisconsin's going to come right through the North Woods, across this field at a sprint, at least they're skirmishers under Kellogg. They're going to split. 6 Wisconsin is going to be commanded by Colonel Bragg, I believe it's Colonel. And he's going to split his regiment into 2 wings, giving one, the left wing to Dawes, the right wing he's going to take himself. He's going to get wounded over at the Hagerstown Turnpike and turn the whole regiment over to Dawes before the day is over. This right here has to be a tenant house, but I need to look at that and see what's going on, because I'm not sure who that is right there, or if Sam Poffenberger had a tenant on his land. Way over on the other side of the West Woods, which you cannot see here, that's going to be Alfred Poffenberger Farm. So the Poffenbergers were all over this area. And if you've ever watched any American Battlefield Trust videos, you've probably heard of a guy named Dennis Fry. Dennis is a family member of the Poffenbergers on his mother's side. So history runs deep in that part of Maryland. Someday I'd like to move out here and give you guys excellent content from the battlefield. I know a lot of you too far away, much too far away to come see it yourself, but we'll do our best to show it to you. And I'll tell you, if you're playing this game, you already know what it looks like, because they do an excellent job in this game. And there goes Ulti, 51st New York. Now the clock is running. I'm not sure if they're going to play on this map or not. Usually no, but Ulti's not wasting any time. Let's go with him. 51st New York, Serpent Brigade, looking large and in charge today. I like to see the numbers, guys. Keep up the great work there. See the boys quietly moving toward the Confederate position in the East Woods.
We're going to kill some rebels, gonna kill some rebels.
Now, the night before the battle, this actually occurred. You're looking at Pennsylvania reserves here under Truman Seymour. 1st Brigade of the 3rd Division under George Meade. You'll know George Meade later on in history. He's going to be the commander of the Army of the Potomac at Gettysburg, and then to the end of the war. Everybody gives Grant a lot of credit, and he definitely deserves it, but Meade was the leader of that army, which a lot of people don't know. That's why I'm here, brother. Here to teach you stuff you don't know.
That's Captain. Yeah, it's only 5 guys, right?
Boat guy, right?
Much.
These guys famously used to hiss
Sorry, bro, that was a little fun.
when they'd go into battle, and it unnerved a lot of folks
I'm down.
to the point where they were literally complaining about it. Hilarious.
Oh.
Hey, Monkey
wheel.
Strap.
Left wheel.
Left wheel. Come a quick left wheel.
I always thought it was a good general, just better out there. No, I'm following you on that one. Maybe you're talking about Meade.
Alright.
He's damn good general.
Back up and ready.
And he did good work here
Ready.
at Antietam.
Hey.
His Pennsylvania reserves not only were in the East Woods, one of his brigades, but 2 more of his brigades, Anderson and Appleton, held the north side of the cornfield against Hood's Texas brigade, or Texas division. Yeah, Meade. Yeah, agreed. They called Meade the old snapping turtle. And you can see we've already got Confederates pushed up. This is not the event. We got our French boys back, the French Legion.
C'était pas des alliés en face?
Drapeau ennemi en nord-ouest nord.
On n'a pas fait de TK.
Je crois que c'est des alliés en fait en face. Là.
Non mais mec,
On aurait eu du TK.
Ouais, j'ai rien vu.
il
nous attend.
y avait un drapeau.
Yeah, so
No,
on the
no,
16th, the night of the 16th, by the 15th, there was already artillery work happening at this battlefield, but on the night of the 16th, as Truman Seymour came down this road, this is the Smoketown Road that you're looking at right here, and it goes all the way down and bends back toward the Hagerstown Turnpike. See how far the game will let us go here. Yeah, and that should be what they now called Mansfield Avenue. General Mansfield was mortally wounded. You see this leads over toward the cornfield general area, but we're out of bounds. So this is the East Woods, and we're, as the Union coming down this road, they're taking skirmishing fire all the way down this road. Of course, there's your Confederate spawn, and that's it. That's the end of the map. So, but if you keep going down this way, you will run into the Hagerstown Turnpike as it bends to the right. Right in this general area, I'm going to put it actually back here because this road is still here. General Mansfield's memorial cannon is right in this area, so he's here. Mansfield, of course, famous for being probably the oldest general here that day. I think he was. I think he's older than Greene. But he had never really had a field command in combat, so this is his first time. And he's in charge of the 12th Corps. And when he gets to this area, he thinks he's reinforcing Union troops in the East Woods under Meade, but or even part of the 12th Corps. But what ultimately ends up happening is he tells his men to stop firing. You're firing into your own men. But he was wrong, and he paid for it with his life. The Confederate bullet that hit him ultimately would kill him, and he would die before the day was out.
I think they're all dead.
6 generals killed or mortally wounded here at Antietam, 3 on each side. And 2, 1 from each side in all 3 of the different positions on the battle. Most people, when they think of Antietam, they think about the 3 phases of battle, right? You had the morning phase, the middle phase, and then the afternoon phase. Well, they were fighting all day, all over the place. That kind of narrative is made to make it less confusing for people. But you had action happening in the middle at the Sunken Lane, or Bloody Lane, at the same time when the Union was pushing the middle and even starting their attack on the south. Oh yes, so Monkey Strap asked if I could recommend a book on the battle. Right now, my favorite book on Antietam is by D. Scott Hartwick, and it is I Dread the Thought of the Place. It is literally, well, it's not literally, it's like a textbook. It's so detailed and so good. Read it. Get it. Read it. It's so good. As a matter of fact, it was funny. My buddy Will, who I met doing this volunteering, we're becoming great friends. We were out there doing a little bit of filming and just, you know, him hawing around at the Bloody Lane. And this big old bus tour was loading up. And I asked one of the people walking by, I was like, how much did you pay for this? You know, because ultimately I'd like to get to a position where I can start a camp and you guys can camp with me and we'll go to the battlefield. But that's still a long way off. So I was curious on just the cost. And then they told me the price, and they were saying, well, you know, for 125 bucks you get a book and blah blah blah. And I was like, well, whose book? He's like, the author's right over there. I was like, who is it? He's like, somebody named Hartwig or something. And I was like, oh shit. And we look over and Scott Hartwig is standing there in the field, and I'd never met him before. It was an honor to meet him, and so I just ran over, and I didn't want to bother him because, you know, he was working, and he's kind of retired, so he doesn't really do that stuff anymore. He's probably doing a personal favor to somebody. Hey, thank Top Man 76. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate all you being here, and you know, I wish I could do this every weekend still, but right now with all the training I'm having to do for Antietam, that's taken most of my weekends. So I get here when I can. And, of course, Kotao is doing an amazing job. I love watching his videos. If you guys haven't subscribed to Kotao, go do that, man. He's awesome. He's really picking up a lot of my slack and filming some really great events. And the man never sleeps. I mean, he films. I only do UEC exclusive pretty much. I've done others in the past, but I'm pretty exclusive to USC. But Kotao is doing everybody. And it's amazing to watch these other events. So, yeah. All right, we're about to start this puppy up. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the fun, boys. It's going to be a good one. You guys let me know if the audio's okay as well. I'm trying a different setup. There's going to be a latency buzz in the background, and I don't really have a good way to solve that yet. It's probably a grounding issue somewhere in my workflow, but we'll have to figure that out. And I hope you don't mind, but it is my weekend off. I'm going to have a little whiskey. So me and Jack Daniels are going to hang out with you boys today. Yeah, that buzz pisses me off. It's got to be a grounding issue. All right. Oh, you see what I'm seeing? That is what they call the Burnside Bridge. Now, in reality, it was called the Rohrbach Bridge, because the Rohrbach farm was over in that direction over there. Okay, so this is going to be a skirmish. The Burnside Bridge skirmish. 150 total. We got 2 service today. I don't know. I guess we got over 300. That's exactly half right there. And they do a pretty good job getting these vents coordinated. Now, of course, this is the southern part of the battlefield. If you look off in the distance, you can see the smoke from the Muma farm. It is on fire. And, of course, that is in the direction of the Bloody Lane. Beyond that is the cornfield and the early morning action. This is going to happen later in the afternoon. Now, if we go over that way, now you can't see it. How high can I get up? Oh, crap. Maybe you can see it. Let's see. See what we can see. All right, so do they have the Boonesboro Pike in the game? I don't think they have Sharpsburg modeled in the game either. All right, but if that's the Muma farm, that means Hagertown Turnpike is out there. Oh, let's just do it this way. There's the bridge. There's the road leading from the bridge. That, in reality, goes to the Otto Sherrick farm. The game is modeled a little funny because they had to fit everything in, so you're not gonna get an accurate depiction of this area, I'm afraid, because they've got the Otto Sherrick farm right there, and it's not that close in reality. It's much further back. But if the Otto Sherrick farm is right there, Cemetery Hill would be right here, but Cemetery Hill's actually over there. So, you know, look, the developers do a great job with this game, but they also have to make it run, right? But if we ever get the map editor, maybe I can go in there and fix that and make it as accurate as possible. That would be a lot of fun. right, we'll take a look here. Actually, you know what? Yeah, they don't... Yeah, it's not modeled properly. Okay. Overall, the whole battlefield can't be mapped properly because it is so goddamn large. Oh, did I say that? Sorry. I don't mean to cuss. Oh, they've done some remodeling on the bridge here. Got all these planks. Interesting enough, these little boards right here were used as headboards for the dead bodies that they buried after the battle. You may have seen the video on my channel as well. Rich Hogg and I came to this spot, and it is much higher than this. Much more intimidating when you're coming across there. Well, the Confederates will typically defend this position up here and bring a cannon down. So let's see what we got here. I see 13th Georgia in there.
Well, the plane houses.
Mixed in with the 8th Florida.
Not too bad. I mean,
There's
I got
Longstreet.
Saturday off, so almost
Stewart with the flag. A lot of names we recognize.
Whenever I get
There's
to
Tog
Florida,
Ray as well.
it's a good day.
Veteran of the Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
Whenever I get to fight and have
Which he
beers,
called
it's a
the
good day.
Chair Force. There's our German Corps. Hey, Morfosa here today. Yeah, because I have nothing in my life to fit in modding. You're right, but that one goes into the learning, to the training part, right? I'm the kind of person that learns by doing. So for me, by making games like I'm working on the Brigade Commander, and by making 3D models and things like that, I'm learning so much about the individual soldiers here.
I'm gonna start ranging it down that
And that's
line
very cool.
where that big tree is. And if we have to
6 New
adjust,
York
they can move you left
with a
or
gun
right.
crew today.
At 40.
Hey, they got Thomas Marr. Hey, this is something we could talk about here. See how that name is spelled right there? Looks like it's Meager, right? Well, it's not. It's actually Marr. That's how you say it. And, of course, Marr was the commander of the Irish Brigade here at Antietam. They fought in the cornfield. No, sorry. They fought in the Bloody Lane, in the cornfield in front of the Bloody Lane. It is a cornfield, but not the famous Miller's cornfield. All right, the clock has started. Here goes Morphos out front with a bayonet.
Das Balancing haut gerade nicht hin, deshalb gucken die mal, ob da irgendwas noch gemacht werden kann.
Well, so typically the Union will come across this bridge, hit one of the embankments, and try to push up that way, usually to this side on the Union left. Okay, we're restarting the round. Everybody's here now. I want to thank all of you for being here. I really do appreciate it. All right. So we'll start this thing in less than 5 minutes. Sit back, relax, enjoy the fun. Go grab yourself a beverage. I've got mine right here with me. All right, so who's going to do it? There you go. 6 New York, Parker. Second U.S., Captain Eddie. Those guys fight really well together. We also have the Serpent Brigade. 51st New York. Hey, Ziggy. Ulti in command. That's Captain Ulti to you. So we've got 3 companies. Now, of course, these are company sizes. They're small. I'd love to get to a regiment size, but some of these regiments were actually fairly small at the Battle of Antietam, and it's funny because that kind of took me by surprise. You know, growing up, you see movies and stuff, you got these long lines, thousands and thousands of men, and of course, the whole army, you do have that. But individual regiments, I mean, for example, just over 300 men in the 6th Wisconsin. You know, a full regiment's 1,000 guys, and there were a couple regiments on the battlefield that were massive. notably in the 12th Corps, almost 1,000 guys, but they were brand new. They didn't even know how to fire their weapons in combat. They'd certainly never done it before. Most of their leaders didn't even know how to get their men in position or even the proper command. So pretty intense. This part of the battle, you know, people give Burnside a really hard time, and I think it's because of previous authors who had kind of run him through the mud. And, you know, in 64, everybody starts shitting on McClellan because he's running against Lincoln for the presidency. And, you know, McClellan does a pretty good job of running Burnside's name into the ground. They were really great friends before this battle, or before the war. And in fact, Burnside doesn't really have a command. He's part of the left wing, but the 1st Corps has been sent all the way to the north, and so he's kind of hanging out with the 9th Corps. 9th Corps was commanded by Jesse Reno, but Jesse Reno was killed at South Mountain just a few days prior. So Jacob Cox takes over the 9th Corps, and he's going to run the attack. And it's a damn good one. I mean, if you look at it, Cox and Burnside, they get their men all the way to Sharpsburg before A.P. Hill shows up and scares them. And the one thing that you know, my friend Will and I, we talk about a lot, and I can't stress it enough, McClellan believed Robert E. Lee outnumbered him here. And because of the undulating terrain, he knew that he had guys up on Cemetery Hill, right out in front of Sharpsburg, but he thought Lee had a lot more reserve troops behind that hill. So there was never really a hard press on the center. Now, there were Union troops there, but the Union skirmishers who were making a lot of headway before this attack on this side of the field really got underway or really got ahead of steam, they were told to wait because McClellan was convinced that Lee had more soldiers than he did. And, you know, you really can't blame McClellan for that. He was getting bad information, but also he gets in his hand Special Orders 191, which details how Lee has broken his army up. Now, there are no strength numbers there. He just knows units, not strength. And if you look at Special Orders 191 and you see all of these guys spread out attacking Harper's Ferry, going up toward Hagerstown, you must think, Jesus, man, I couldn't do that with my army. And, of course, we know in hindsight, McClellan has the bigger force. So, pretty interesting how all this plays out. You know, and also there's a lot of people that, including Abraham Lincoln, they give McClellan a hard time for not moving fast enough. But, look, he's got artillery, 20-pound Parrott rifles on this side of the Antietam Creek, just blistering the Confederates all day long. He runs them out of ammunition. He doesn't have any ammunition. So he's trying to get his ammunition. He's trying to get his medical people taken care of, you know, medically. He's trying to get his people in order. And the way McClellan was fighting this war was different than the way Grant would fight the war, okay? McClellan was an old-school Napoleonic general, and he's a great one. One of the best generals in American history, if you ask me. And he's not just going to chase Robert E. Lee into Virginia. He's going to start and plan a campaign. He's successful here. The Union, you know, they call this a draw. Tactically, Robert E. Lee probably has a better day. They call this a draw, but McClellan does exactly what he's supposed to do. He finds the Confederates, attacks them aggressively, and pushes them out of Maryland, out of Union territory. So Maryland, of course, being a border state, but controlled by the Union. So he's getting ready to plan a campaign, and Lincoln just wants him to chase Robert E. Lee. Well, McClellan wasn't willing or able to do that. Of course, eventually Lincoln would find his man, the man who would do that, and his name was Ulysses S. Grant, without question, one of the greatest generals in all of American history. I'd put him right up there with everybody because that guy wouldn't quit. General Grant personified
You overtook me
the
by
American
about 2 millimeters, mate.
way, which is never give up. You might fail, but you don't quit. Boy, that's pretty. Look at these guys coming down the road here, heading toward the bridge. We'll go with them. You see the Confederate flag in the distance. They're not hiding. They're right there on that edge, waiting for the Union to cross. And it looks like Ulty and the 51st, they're going to be the first to cross.
The run. March.
The order is at the run, and here they go. 51st New York historically did take this position. They were the ones that went across. By that time, of course, the Confederates were running out of ammunition and pulling out. Here they are, and they're going to the right. Ulti goes down first. And a hailstorm of bullets taking down many, many of the Union invaders. But they are absolutely flooding across this bridge.
Keep going, guys. Keep going. Keep going. Let's go.
How the fuck am I alive?
Right. Get the flags up. Go, go, go.
And they've chosen the right, and they are working together. I love to see this. Bodes well for the Union. All right, they're right on the edge. Zerberos now out in front. First Lieutenant leading his men up the hill toward the stone wall. Confederates are going to get there first. 56 Virginia.
Fire, fire, fire. She's.
Captain Slaughter. Can they hold against the whole Union Army?
Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. We're not stopping here.
Keep going. We're not stopping here. You heard the command. They're going all the way up the hill. Slaughter didn't stop him, but he slowed him down. And here comes Danny Fritz and the 8th Florida. Hitting him on the flank. He wants to brace, but they're running right past him. They want to get all the way back here to get the best cover possible. And they've done it. If you're new to the game, those flags are mobile spawn points. You need to keep them alive, and they are the biggest targets on the field.
Independent fun. Independent fun.
Ulti trying to get over that wall right there.
Like hell and hatred.
Where's the rest of second?
Probably dead.
Probably dead. Well, they got what they wanted. The best cover.
Use the full as cover. Main kneel to road.
Let's do some cinematics.
I will ream you out later, you understand?
I died. That unit on that left side through the bush.
Right, boys, on this side, over in the right.
Shoot the turbulent. Double max. Get you the right dress once you're loaded. Make sure your information. Keep up the fire. Yep, hold step.
So the Confederates will have to find a way to attack this position, most likely on the Union right flank. Right now, they're still dealing with some stragglers. They're coming back up the hill. I don't know if they realize the whole Union army's behind them.
No problem.
No fucking problem.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
I can't know my
Violet, prosím ťa, tú vlajku sa snaž potom držať pod horizontom, jo? Aby nás nevideli, keď sa hýbeme. Keď sa nikto nerespawnuje, tak kľudne chodia.
I don't see either one of the hogs here today.
I like it when you speak not English to me. It makes me feel like a conscript.
How do you think the Austro-Hungarian army felt like,
Well, the Union's still slinging a lot of lead this way, but the Confederates have pretty good cover. They do have some guys fighting on this side. That's Slaughter in the 56th Virginia. There's Ripley. Now, that's not James Ripley. Well, that is James Ripley, but the Ripley, historically, was Roswell Ripley. He's going to run a brigade for D.H. Hill. He'll be one of the first ones into the cornfield from D.H. Hill, actually going toward the East Woods. So we'll do some long-range musket work to start this thing. 33 minutes left in the match. See Parker up on the fence. Looking fairly grim there, Parker. It's like, let me see what's happening over there.
Southeast.
shots on that one. Southeast is pretty clean, just underneath the point.
Keep up the boys.
Parker trying to tell the men where to fire. The Confederates don't seem to be in a huge hurry to get this, and now the Union reinforcements are having to come around the long way. There's Sluggy with the flag, 2nd U.S., Captain Eddie in the van. And they're going to try to come up here, sneak around the Confederates without being killed. That's not going to be easy. Now, is he going to stop and hit them on the flank, or is he going to go right by? We shall see.
On the rocks, independent fire enemy regiment, north and east.
All right, he's going to flank them. This is great. Now they've really got the Confederates. They're going to have them spread out.
Take your time.
Eddie, if you start dying, I'll just run left.
Yep.
Sounds like Sluggy's got a plan.
Prepare to break reload set, and then left face, and then we move at the triple. We're being ambushed from the southeast. I think we're stupid.
You can see him coming. Oh, Sluggy's dead.
One round, left face triple. Flag bearer me.
Better hurry up, Lewis. Here comes Slaughter.
Hold, fired wood, hold, fired wood.
Looking at the backs of the Yankees as they run, but they're using the fence as cover. Captain Eddie, no rookie. He knows how to keep his men alive to the best of his ability. You can see more 2nd U.S. coming in.
About a thing. Second on the fence, independent fire southeast.
Now, of course, in this game, you don't really get wounded. You get killed. In reality, if you think about casualties, the number Gary Edelman uses, and I think it's a good one, is 1 in 4 of the casualties are deaths, right? 1 in 4. Because casualties are missing, wounded.
Hey, by company.
If you're missing, it is possible that you were hit directly by a cannon shell and exploded, but you're not counted as killed if they can't find you.
Stand up. Someone get the colours up.
I've got it.
Do me a favour, stand at the edge of the line. Company, enemy regiment, southeast, rise, take aim. Fire.
And you can see Confederates still not really wanting to push the issue yet. Morphos still alive. James Joker. Oh, there went James Joker. Oh man, I'm like the hand of death. If I call out your name, you get shot. Well, the Confederates do have artillery here. That is a 3-inch ordnance rifle. That is a rifled gun. Now, the Confederates could not actually make these at this point of the war for sure. That's a wrought iron gun, much stronger than the cast iron gun. Boom. That shoots a shell through a rifled barrel. And all of the 3-inch ordnance that the Confederates brought to this battle were stolen from the U.S. government on previous battlefields. Keep in mind, before this time, the Confederates had been really beating up on the Yankees for most of the war, especially coming in through the summer of '62. We had the Battle of 2nd Manassas late in the summer, and then, of course, this happens in the early fall, September 17th at Antietam. And it looks like the Yankees are giving up a little bit of that cover to put it to the Confederates, because they are losing the rifle battle just slightly. And Ulte's going to get his men in position to do some damage to Slaughter in the 56th Virginia. Oh, flagman dead. And that's a Georgia flag. 2nd Georgia, 20th Georgia, historically in this position. And in the game, it's going to be 2nd Georgia and 20th Georgia. Perfect. 51st New York, and oh, they got the 2nd Maryland. Okay. It'd be cooler if that was the 51st Pennsylvania, the twin 51st. 51st New York, 51st Pennsylvania. They're the ones that took that bridge. And provided the Union with a bridgehead. Now, a lot of people complain that it took the Union way too long to get across that bridge, but If you go there for yourself, you'll understand it a lot better.
Fire.
The terrain is unbelievably hilly on this side of the battlefield. The Union had to not only cross the bridge, but go all the way up to Cemetery Hill, which would be off in that direction there. So they got that hill up there, but it's not necessarily the cemetery. But literally, Sharpsburg is just right over that hill in real life.
Oh, the arty.
And fire.
Boom, bitch, I'm Jenny Craig.
The art.
And for those of you that are not aware, I have a channel for the history stuff called Chase History. Go check that out on YouTube. And I've got a video on there of 4th U.S. Battery B. They did a reenactment of the artillery, how it works.
Hey. They're moving, actually.
And met a guy, Jim Rosebrock. Literally wrote a book on artillery at Antietam. He's there. Great guy.
No, that's
I'm having an awesome time meeting all these excellent folks.
Let's get a couple more guys stacking on the left side on the wall, because it's better cover. It's loaded. Let's get a couple more back on the wall to the left.
See Parker trying to get his men in the best position to stay alive.
Right, Morris, Hamilton.
And right now we're almost dead heat at this point. First really getting chewed up by this artillery over here.
Back. Company in retreat, a quick march.
And Ulti's had enough of that. He's going to get out of there. And still the Confederates not pushing too hard. You can see more second calf. And they're being chased down by the German Corps. You see Jack Stone out there. More Fossa. He had a bayonet on earlier. Now he's just got the club. Yeah, he's not going to waste. All right, now the Confederates starting to make a push. And the German Corps will fall back, but Slaughter's going forward. He may not know that he doesn't have support anymore.
Wi-Fi right march, double quick march.
I love this. Great formations, even in combat.
Set for me, triple.
That gun is a 12-pound Napoleon.
Yeah, go right.
Not rifled. This may also be a Napoleon, but it doesn't have the bell on the end. I need to ask Jim about that, actually. He could probably tell me, because it's a brass gun. It's not rifled, but that could be a James rifle. Does it have any rifling in the barrel? Can you see any rifling? I don't. That looks like a smoothbore to me. Did they put the rifling in the gun in the game? Let's see. It's a 3-inch. This is definitely... Whoop. Come on, camera. This is definitely a rifled gun. And you can see the rifling. At least at the very end. Oh, yeah, you can see it. Look at that. You can see the rifle grooves. Excellent. Yeah, but if you're curious how real artillery teams worked, go watch that video on Chase History. They do an excellent job. And if you're curious, on the field, I learned that they shoot a 1-pound bag of powder. The other pound, I think Jim said, was like peat moss, something like that. And in real life, they would shoot 2.5 pounds of powder. So you don't get the kickback, and of course it's not shooting a projectile, it's just the powder bag. So you don't get the push back that you would get when you send the projectile out. So the cannon doesn't move, but Otherwise, very realistic. You hear the huzzah. Well, the Union was able to get there first. 23 minutes left, and they've got the slimmest margin of victory right now, but they are in the lead.
Take your time to aim.
Captain James Wesley, 88 New York. I didn't even see these guys earlier, but they're here in force.
Southeast, just left of that very big tree. Directly southeast, aim for the fences, chest.
Take aim.
Direct southeast, the big tree, steady.
Well, he's back at the fence again. Ulti gonna risk some more Yankee jam. He knows.
Company break loads, right face.
Right face.
Quick forward march.
Go level quick.
Well, he's running into a hornet's nest over there. A lot of Confederates coming this way.
On the left, on the left.
Well, oh, wait a minute. That's the second cav again. Being chased, so Ulti's actually going to attack the Confederates as they chase after the second cav. Great heads-up play. You see with 22 minutes left, we're completely even. Union might have just the slightest advantage. These guys are all incredibly deadly with the musket.
Pick up their flag.
Them lines of this.
Watch out,
Still trying to use that fence as cover from the artillery, but I don't know if it's going to work or not. We'll see.
Give up the fire, boys.
Tourner à la fence. Ah, la bûche. Ah, la bûche.
Retour à la bûche.
Well, the Confederates just kind of biding their time. Oh, Danny Fritz taking a bullet.
Oh no.
There you go.
Oh no. Oi, kurva.
See the guys just conserving their ammunition, waiting. The Union has to take the point away from the Confederates, and it's right over here. So the Confederates do not have to attack the Union. This is actually a very smart move by them. Not taking the bait for the most part.
Ouais, allez-y, allez.
Allez, ok, les gars. Double clic en avant marche.
And the Union trying to draw them out. Let's see. Captain Ulti. Captain Eddie. Swinging around to the flank of the Confederates. Going to try to put a little pressure on them. They know Confederates are not going to attack that wall.
Behind the tree there.
Into line.
Into line.
And the Confederates see them. They're coming this way.
Right.
Captain Slaughter.
Time march.
Quick
Right,
time.
right march.
Viper right.
Right. To line.
That damn buzzing only happens when I play games, too. Thankfully. It's not there when I record
Net
music.
12, rechts von dem großen Baum auf die Beine, aim.
Aim.
Fire.
So they're in behind him, and the Confederates counterattacking. Here come the German Corps. Jack Stone out front.
Sie laufen!
So getting shot by Slaughter, getting shot by the German Corps. The Union will fall back from this position. They don't want to lose too many tickets. Less than 19 minutes left. They've got a healthy lead at this point in the match. But they got to take that point of contention if they want to win this thing. So we'll see how they decide to do that. I'd imagine they are all going to go at once, but it's hard to say.
On the hold fire. They're gonna
Fucking 60-year-old artillery shooting
at
all the way
us.
across the
Yes.
fucking map.
Yeah, they're shitting at us right now.
Hey, who was directly behind me that got both of us stuck?
Hmm?
Not me.
I was
when we
stuck
were
on the rock. I mean, I was stuck in the animation. I just
Second
couldn't move.
cav, hold fire. Friendly lone man coming in from the front.
Yeah, but he probably deserved
Yep.
it.
Corporal Big Al.
Shit, I came back on deployment.
You want to play this, old T?
I don't know. We've been probing them.
Get on the log,
I mean, if you want to do what we did again, we can always let them charge us. And what I'll do is I'll about face and merge my line into yours.
Yeah, there's a unit right
At
there
least-
on the right side, under the point on the right
if we
side
just-
that you can try and pull out.
Yeah, I mean, if we want to do just the same thing, they're gonna come for us the same way.
Oh!
How did I survive that?
Look, his binoculars are still.
Eddie's gone.
I agree, Eddie. I agree. Great stuff, Eddie.
Oh my God!
Rise
Look at that. His
up
binoculars are
point
still floating in the air.
I'm back, baby.
Welcome back, Rock Fence Eddie.
Lovely. So we'll just both go right. They'll probably charge us. I'll fix bayonets in advance, and I'll just merge into your line, and we'll conform as one unit.
Yeah, yeah. Go press them on the right now, and then we'll move in just after.
Guys that are still at the
Right.
ammo because they're still scratching their balls.
Well, you heard they've got a plan.
Eddie, your binoculars are floating in the air.
Lovely. Second, fix bayonet.
Lovely. He doesn't give a shit. This man's focused. He's got something to do.
I mean, if you want to send like a fucking messenger over and try and get them to come over here, it'd be worthwhile.
Okay, Lewis, it's been 10 fucking minutes already. Get over it.
You know our policy on chat.
Oh!
Fuck's sake!
Eddie shot again.
I can't believe
Eddie's got it. Eddie just saved my life.
Need to reload.
Good volley second.
Hit this, you rebel scum.
Oh, from.
Oh yeah, they didn't like that plan. That's for sure.
Please fall on the left.
Well, we'll see if the second cav falls in with the 51st New York as they had planned, and see if they can make the attack work. You can see the Confederates are not pressing this position at all. And they're still losing the musket battle, to be completely honest. All right, so Eddie's got second cav out front.
As I say, they don't know that. What rules of engagement?
Yeah.
And Ulti's behind.
You know.
We'll see if there's anything left of the second cav by the time the 51st gets here.
Stay standing, stay standing. Independent fire.
Standing, boys. Independent fire.
Random running towards us. Get that random on the left.
That's Morphos! Oh, and he goes down in the rocks.
Someone help me off the field!
Morphosa.
Ready? I mean, left. The charger left.
Aim, left oblique.
Well, they're drawing a lot of the Confederates this way. The second cav getting chewed up.
I would not count on the guys from the Alamo.
Spread out as skirmishers.
Keep fire. Focus, enemy regiment, right oblique, east, south, east.
Right oblique. South.
Well, they may have a little bit of cover from the artillery over here at least. We got less than 14 minutes to take that point. They are definitely putting a hurting on the Confederates with the musket, but I don't know if it's not enough. They're going to have to get them to breaking. That's what they want to do. Get them to breaking, take the point, win the game. It's pretty simple. But that's easier said than done.
Right back up already. Aim at the league.
Straight at them.
Confederates doing a great job helping each other out. These companies are always fighting 2 against 1.
SB, get the flag, get it behind them.
Hop on my right, on my right, Eddie.
Halsey, I've got 1 man. I am 1 man.
Yeah, just, when you get you guys together, hop on the right by that. So you see that with the rockets now.
Second with me. On the rocks, independent fire. Second break with us, back face, city infantry, city infantry.
Oh, he saw him coming. A lot of Confederates coming this way. 8th Florida's over here. The hammer has arrived.
With their legs.
There goes Slaughter in the 56th Virginia going through the woods. Boy, they're losing on tickets, but they're winning on movement for sure. And the Union not having a lot of success trying to get up to the point of contention. Here come our French Legion chasing the 51st and the 2nd Cav. Chasing them with the bayonet. How far will they go? Almost made it all the way back to the artillery position for the Union. Or for the Confederates, I'm sorry. And they'll fall back. They don't have any support. But once again, great defense. But now the Union's starting to come out. 6th New York. Coming around on the Confederate right flank. This is where the 8th Florida were. 8th Florida went to the other side of the field now. And the Union took advantage of that. You can see the limber chest. Look how detailed this game is. Always impressed. Hey, yeah, there's also a video of Jim Rosebrock talking about artillery, giving a artillery talk.
If you're taking too much,
I think it's at the War College. I could be wrong about that, but all right, the Confederates are now taking losses. They're coming back to put pressure on the 6th New York, and they're getting out of there. So the Union still got a pretty good lead with 11 minutes left in this one. These guns are so detailed as well. Of course, that is probably the worm, and I don't see the end of the worm on there. The artillery piece that I used, yeah, see that little hook right there? That's where you'd hook your Q-tip. At least that's where they were doing it. You also have this little port back here. Of course, this is where you're going to fire the piece, but somebody has a leather thumb glove, if you will, and they had to put it over that hole. I actually was able to sponge one of these guns while I was there doing the training. And, of course, when you got your finger over that hole, it creates a vacuum, so it's hard to pull that sponge out of there, hard to push it in. But they got to do it because they don't want any sparks in there that'll hit that powder bag and make it go off.
Forward march.
Forward march.
Into line.
Second break reloads, left face to me.
Second break reload.
Break reloads, left face.
That damn buzz is pissing me off. Look at the Confederates coming out here, and that's Union, right? It's got to be. No. Those are Confederate. These guys literally ran in behind the Union to get ammo. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Uh-oh, here we go. 51st New York going for the point of contention. They see their opportunity is now, and they're going to take it. Jackson tells Sergeant, the only one here defending a gun with his life. And here come the French Legion. Will, ulti, get help. He's gonna need it. 8th Florida, hitting the fence.
Race.
And the Union will melt away if they do not get help right now. Here they come. The boys in blue attacking the position. 88 New York, 6 New York. Can they do it? A beautifully timed attack by the Union, and this could spell doom for the Confederacy. Less than 8 minutes left, and the Union is near the point of contention. They've taken the castle. So it took them a long time to do it, but they've got the lead. Still engaged. The Union doing great work this afternoon.
88th, direct fire, right oblique.
They've silenced the gun. You can see the shell sticking out of the damn thing.
Southwest.
Hilarious. Looks backwards.
Firing?
Yeah, keep firing. Right in front of us.
Independent fire right in front of us. You can't miss them.
Might be canister.
They're on our right side also.
So the Union will come under intense fire, but they've got the best spot. But they're not close enough to the point of contention to take it away just yet, and they're about to go to taking losses. So they got about a half a bar on the Confederates. Now, of course, the attackers get more tickets. Tickets represent morale, how many men can die. But, excuse me, the attackers get more tickets, so they should have a lead if everything's even, but I think it's a little bit more than the tickets that they're allowed. So I think they're doing really great work here. Less than 7 minutes, though. About to take losses, and they still have to take that point of contention. So the Confederates, for as many casualties as they're taking, they're still holding that point of contention strong with less than 7 minutes to go, and the Union's going to have their work cut out for them if they're going to get over and take it from them. And they've got guys behind them as well. 56 Virginia. There is no safe place for the Yankees. That cover is turning into a kill box with Confederates in front and behind. There is no safe place on this part of the field for the Union. And they are getting chewed up.
East side of the fence, 88th.
Second, go to the hard right.
Hard right.
Boy, oh boy, it's a long day if you're wearing blue. They've got the lead for now. They are taking heavy losses here with less than 6 minutes to go, and they have not gotten much closer to the point of contention than the castle. So the Confederates doing a great job holding this position. 22nd Virginia, Jack Stone. And the French Legion is not giving up on this gun. Look at them. Can you put it back away? Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I didn't know you could do that. So it looked like he was loading the limber chest instead of taking it away. Very interesting. See the powder bags on the end of the shell. It's hard to say. It all looks like canister to me, but of course the most common round I believe fired at Antietam is the case shot. Here we go. Confederates. French Legion trying to fight off an attack by the 6th New York. I don't know if they're going to make it or not.
New York, hold here.
Parker got his boys in, doing their work, but less than 4 minutes to go, or 4 minutes to go. They got to get to the point of contention, and you can see the Union starting to pile up again, and now they're making the push. Here goes Parker. 6th New York. They'll smash into the 8th Florida. Union trying their best. Here come the German Corps. Oh, Jack Stone taking a bayonet, still standing. And the Union attack, stumbling a bit, but here they come again.
We follow SB, second cav.
SB Serpent Brigade, that's the 51st New York. And they are trying to do it. They're clearing the point of contention. The Confederates are now breaking. They're trying to win this with 3 minutes left. Excellent timing by Parker. Getting the men, getting the attack going right before they went breaking. And now the Confederates are in a desperate spot here. But the counterattack, here they come. 56 Virginia, Captain Slaughter. The Union still holding. More Confederates coming this way. Just an amazing attack by the Union. Almost had it in the bag. Just couldn't finalize it. The Confederates are now piling back up. And the Union's going to have a long way to go to get all those men back to this point of contention in time. So with 2 minutes left, Confederates might hold out and win this thing. But it wasn't from a lack of trying. These Union guys tenacious today. They just don't have the men to make an attack now. And they'll pile up there and come across the bridge. Will they be able to make it up this hill in time? Less than 2 minutes to go. I don't think they have time to do it. You see the guys still piling up over here. Just not enough men left. So an incredible attack by the Union. But it looks like they're going to come up short with less than 2 minutes. They are now breaking as well. A great stand by the Confederates. I thought they had lost it right there with a few minutes left. But these guys never cease to amaze me. And they're not letting this go. French Legion said, "You will get the hell out of here, please." You see, they are starting to pile up. 51st getting some men here. Don't think they have enough to take on the whole Confederate army, though.
Oh, good shot. Fritz, we're securing your right flank. If you need help, you can just
They will be coming. They will be charging.
Danny's no rookie. He knows what they're going to do.
They're coming.
And here they come.
Race front. Race front.
Come here, come here, come here, come here, Tanky, come here, Tanky, come here, Tanky.
And it's a bloodbath at the point of contention. This is it. The Union's last chance. Can they get it done right here, right now? Still a lot of Confederates in the area. And they just don't have the manpower to get it done. Wow, what an attack, though.
Virginia!
Well, we're at 0. That should be the match. Yep, there it is. A Confederate victory. Congratulations to the CSA for a hard-fought defense. The Union really gave it everything they had, but just came up short. Pretty amazing battles. Old school skirmish, UEC style. Thank you to everyone in the UEC for once again allowing me to watch these excellent events.
Numbers sent against them. Of the 51st New York and 51st Pennsylvania that finally managed to push. As reports came to General Toombs of Union forces from Rodman's division also crossing at Snavely's Ford to the southwest, Toombs had to make a galling decision lest he be overrun. The Confederates finally were forced back towards Sharpsburg, though it would take even more precious time for General Burnside to get his forces across the Antietam. As men and guns funneled across the bridge, Farther north, the battlefield would briefly heat up once again, as General Greene, with his battered division of Bluecoats, became uneasy, as no reinforcements arrived to help hold his advanced position west of Dunker Church. His unease became justified as a horde of screaming Confederates pushed him and his men out of the woods and back across the open fields to the east. While most of the Confederate forces preferred to stay under the protective cover of the tree line rather than face the many Federal guns shooting at them, 2 regiments under the inexperienced Colonel Cook advanced almost to the charred doorstep of the Bamuma Farm.
And we crashed. All right, I'm going to end the stream. I'll come back. I don't want you guys seeing the password, so I'll be right back. Hey, by the way, Koto is also streaming on YouTube, so you guys want to go watch Koto, check him out. Or Kotao, sorry. I'll be right back.